Take me out to the ball game. Swing, better swing, better swing. Swing, better swing, better swing, better swing.
High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Memorial Field in Anderson, Indiana, it's the championship game of 1A Sectional 55, an all-Delaware County final as the Cowan Blackhawks take on the Daleville Broncos. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Boy, is it good to be back in a baseball press box after nearly 2 years in dry dock because of COVID-19. It's a glorious night for baseball. There is nowhere else I would rather be than describing this game tonight for all of you, wherever you are, across the county, across the state, across the country, even for that matter, somewhere else in the world. Drop me a line on Twitter at Delco Preps. Let me know where you're listening. Love to hear from you. It's always good to talk to the fans and hear what they have to say. This is an interesting matchup tonight. These are a couple different teams. Daleville has some seniors who play prominent roles. Cowan is a very young team. And I said to someone today, Cowan doesn't realize they're not supposed to be here. And they played great this morning actually, in beating Westdale 5-1. Fantastic performance on the mound from Landon Hyatt, who went 6 2/3 and piled up another dozen strikeouts. He's having a great season for first-year head coach Aaron Wells. You talk about Daleville. They've been baseball royalty in 1A now for a half a decade. They've won 5 straight years in this sectional. They won 2 state championships in 2016 and again in 2018. A lot of people think they'd have made it 3 in 2020 had there been any baseball a year ago. This team has really started to play well for Terry Turner at the right time. They've taken their lumps. They've played a lot of bigger schools and taken some thumpings in early to midweek games where they aren't throwing their ace, but that makes them better down the line, and they played really well this afternoon in beating Southern Wells 15-2. So this one ought to be a lot of fun. You talk about the Daleville Broncos, you begin and end right now with Caden Gothrop, the left-handed pitcher, Ball State recruit, had a fantastic day at the plate this afternoon, just missed a cycle by a triple, hit a booming home run out of the park here into the street on the fly, bounced up through the tree limbs onto the hill across the way by the water tower. If you've been to this park, that'll give you an idea of how far he hit it. Must have been about 425, and the wind was calm throughout the first two games today. It got zero help, and it was a booming major league home run. Just as high as it was far, left a lot of fans going, whoa, that was pretty good. So the teams are on the field. We're about to have the pregame program, which will include the announcements of the team lineups and the bench players, the anthem, all that good stuff. And let's pick up the announcements of the Cowan Blackhawks.
Number 13, Seth Watson. Number 17, Cade Brinson. Number 19, Zachary Flowers. Number 20, Griffin Smith. Number 22, Clark Trimble. Number 23, Braden Matson. And number 25, Garrett Smith. And now your starters playing left field and playing center field. Leading off, number 3, Nathan Barton. Batting second, the right fielder, number 9, Michael Hargrave. In the 3 spot, third baseman, number 4, Chase Smith. Batting cleanup in left field, number 11, Alexander King. Batting fifth on the mound tonight's number 1, Jackson Clifford. The catcher tonight and batting sixth, number 9, Austin Jones. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 6, Malachi King. In the 8th spot, the designated hitter, number 16, Dylan Krebs. Playing first base, number 3, Landon Hyatt. And rounding out the order is the shortstop, number 8, Bradley Terrell. Head coach of the Blackhawks is Joey Covington. And now let's meet the Daleville Broncos. First, the non-starters, number 11, Micah Herbert. Number 5, Andrew Skinner. Number 9, Jagger Sparks. Number 10, Robert Wilson. Number 12, Zion Bricker. Number 6, Ezra Bricker. Number 18, Jaden Schnuckel. And number 37, Austin Tungate. And now your starters, leading off the catcher, number 22, Braden Danner. Batting second, the shortstop, number 3, Merrick Adams. In the 3 spot, on the mound tonight for the Broncos, the pitcher, number 17, Caden Guthrop. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 1, Drew Watson. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 2, J.T. Nelson. Playing right field and batting sixth, number 19, Zach Neff. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 00, Zach Shepler. In the 8th spot, the left fielder, number 31, Sean Jackson. And rounding out the order is the second baseman, number 4, Ethan Colvin. Head coach of the Broncos is Terry Turner. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for a word of prayer by the Liberty Christian baseball coach, Todd Greenlee, followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Father God, thank you for the beauty of this day. God, we thank you for the excellence that has brought both these teams here to this point. We thank you for their coaching staff and for the players and the families. Father, I thank you for the opportunity we have to enjoy this game. And Father, by your sovereignty and by your will, I pray, Father, that you would keep both teams safe and watch over us the rest of this evening. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good luck to both teams and play ball.
We're just about set for action. We'll take our first break. When we come back, tonight's opening pitch. It's Cowan Daleville for Are the Marbles in 55 and 1A. Back after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We're just about set for action here in Anderson, Indiana. Had the chance to play on this diamond as a college player, and it's a great place to watch a game for the fans here tonight, and we have a good crowd shuffling in. Both teams traveled well. Cowan is the visiting team on the scoreboard tonight by virtue of the bracket. Here's how they'll line it up. Leading off, Nate Martin, the center fielder. Michael Hargrave will bat second and play right field. Chase Smith bats third, plays third base. The cleanup man for the Blackhawks, Alexander King, he's the left fielder. Jackson Clifford will get the start on the mound. He'll bat fifth tonight. Cowan will have Austin Jones in the number 6 hole. He's the catcher. Batting seventh and playing second base, Malachi King. Dylan Krebs will be the designated hitter. He'll hit in the 8th spot for the first baseman, Landon Hyatt. And batting ninth for the Blackhawks, playing shortstop, Bradley Terrell. They'll be taking their hacks at Caden Gothrop, the left-handed senior, Ball State recruit, one of the best pitchers in the state of Indiana. We're just about set for action. Nathan Barton will step in and lead things off tonight as the Daleville infielders meet one last time up around the mound with Gothrop. One last go get him, boy, kind of thing. And that's always nice to hear when your guys are behind you. Gothrop, a southpaw, throws it hard, about 91, maybe 92 on the gun on his fastball. He's been wicked good this year. He's piled up strikeouts like I pile up rib bones when I go out to dinner. Barton, a left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. We're underway, and it's slapped down the left field line. It's just foul, and we're underway at 6:56 Eastern Daylight Time, just a few minutes early tonight. Defensively for Daleville, Jackson in left, Nelson in center, Neff out in right. The infield, Shipler, Adams, Colvin, and Watson third to first. Danner the catcher, the other half of the battery, Gothrop, into his pitch. Slow breaking ball, just missed. That was a tantalizer. It's 1-1. Barton is in tight on the plate. There's another breaking ball for a called strike. The count is 1-2. Defensively, straight away, shading him to hit toward left center out in center field. There is almost no wind tonight at all. Here's the pitch from Gothrop. Struck him out looking, painted the outside corner with a fastball. That's the first K of the game. It will not be the last. That'll bring in Michael Hargrave. Hargrave, a right-handed hitter. Cowan wearing white pants tonight, yellow and black jerseys, the black sleeves, black lettering with white and black trim. They look sharp. So does Gothrop. Made quick work of Barton. Into his windup in the pitch. Shows bunt, does Hargrave. He takes ball one. Chase Smith waiting on deck. We mentioned the wind, almost none at all. It's got a little muggier this evening. About 75 degrees at game time. Here's the windup and the pitch. Fastball over but low. And Hargrave is out in front, 2-0. Good to see so many fans out enjoying high school baseball again. Here comes the next one from Gothrop. It's a fastball and a strike. Hargrave was taking all the way to make it 2-1. At one point this year, Gothrop had a strikeout to walk ratio in the 6-1 neighborhood. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2. I've said all along, I think this team will go as far as Caden Gothrop can take them. He's that dominant when he's pitching well. Here comes the windup. Fastball, the heater was Gas City up around 90, but it was high, and the count is full. Hargrave trying to start something here in the visitors' first. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, threw it right by him.
Now batting number 4. Chase
2 up, 2
Smith.
down, 2 strikeouts, 1 of each variety. And that brings in Chase Smith. Smith, also a right-handed hitter. Stands with his feet parallel to the inside line of the batter's box, and he takes a slider for a strike. Gothrop, a quick worker. He'll be working at Ball State next year. Here's a breaking ball in the dirt. Goes back to the screen. The count is 1-1. Cardinals are getting a good one. Since I'm a Cardinal grad, I say bring it on down. Glad to have him. Fastball misses away. Good eye by Smith. He's ahead 2-1. See some old Daleville players of the past, the Price boys, Josh and TJ, filtering in here. There's a pitch just off the outside corner, and the count is 3-1. Gothrop has the sign. Next one is outside. He walked him.
Now batting number 11, Alexander King.
That brings up the Cowan cleanup man, Alex King, the left fielder tonight. Big number 11 on the back of that jersey. Daleville wearing white pants tonight, black jerseys, black hats, Vegas gold lettering and white trim. Big lead at first base by Smith. We'll see if he's going. Throw over to keep him close. He's back diving. Those left-handers can be sneaky with the move. Got to be careful over there. Now time taken at the plate. The umpire from the plate looks up and says, we've got an issue with the bag down at first base. Don't know whether the post might have cracked. They're going to dig out the hole that the post goes in. Keep the base in the ground. So we'll have a little bit of a break in the action here. Hey, want to send congratulations out to the Wapahani Raiders. Talk about a dramatic win in the sectional championship game in 2A40 today. You got a 2-out, 3-run homer from Gavin Noble. Talk about Tater of the Week, might be Tater of the Year right there, as the Raiders beat Monroe Central in dramatic fashion. So Brian Dudley's team goes on to the regional next weekend. You make it to the Sweet 16 in your class when you win a sectional.
You guys take out after?
We're all set to go. Runner at first, 2 down. Here in the top of the first inning, Barton and Hargrave struck out, looking and swinging respectively. Smith coaxed a 2-out walk. Here's King. The pitch to him is high and away, ball 1. Gothrop will try to keep Smith as close as possible, but he's got a pretty good lead over there at first base. Here's the pitch. He's not going, and the pitch is nicely dug back there by Danner, the catcher. 2-0. That could very easily have turned into a wild pitch. Good catchers in high school baseball save you 30 runs a year easy. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball on the outside corner, a beauty for a called strike. I'd like to thank Jason Chappell and the rest of the folks at Liberty Christian. They are the host school for this sectional. They've been very hospitable and great to work with. Here comes the pitch from Gothrop. Over but low. The count runs to 3-1. From memory, I want to say Gothrop has struck out 10 or more 6 times this year. Swing and a miss. King chased the cheese. The heat went right by the bat, and the count is full. Gothrop trying to strike out the side here in the opening frame. Here's the payoff pitch. Struck him out looking on the inside corner with a fastball. King thought it was ball 4. He guessed wrong, and that does it for Cowan in the first. No runs, no hits, a walk. They leave a man at first base. We're through half an inning at Memorial Field. It's Cowan nothing, Daleville coming to bat on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head for the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Memorial Field in Anderson. Good to hear from a fan listening tonight in Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, Royals country. Used to live in Pittsburgh, Kansas, just down the road. So eat some barbecue for me tonight, as they have great barbecue, great beef overall in Kansas City. Thanks for listening tonight. Here's how Daleville will line them up tonight in the batting order. Braden Danner will lead off and be the catcher. Merrick Adams bats right behind him in the 2-hole. He's the shortstop. Caden Gothrop, the starting pitcher, in the 3-hole. Drew Watson batting cleanup. He's the first baseman. JT Nelson will play center field and bat 5th. Zach Neff will follow him in the lineup in the 6-hole, playing right field. Zach Shepler will bat 7th and play third base. Sean Jackson, the left fielder, batting 8th. And Ethan Colvin will bat 9th and play second base. They're set to go. Jackson Clifford on the mound, the right-hander for Cowan. He'll go to work against Braden Danner, right-handed hitter, and he takes in the dirt, ball 1. Terrific night for baseball. Hard to do better than this. If you were going to mail order weather for the baseball game, this is what you would have UPS or Amazon bringing to your front door. Just muggy enough to feel like summer. The windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Danner chased the ball out off the plate. Count evens at 1-1. Defense is straight away all over the park for Cowan. There's a breaking ball taken outside. Good eye by Danner. It's 2-1. Alexander King in left. Barton in center. Hargrave in right for the Blackhawks. Here comes Clifford's next delivery, and it's a called strike on the inside corner. 2-2. On the infield for the Blackhawks, Smith at third, Terrell at short, Malachi King at second, Hyatt over at first, Jones throwing down the fingers behind the plate. Here's Clifford's pitch. Change up, a ball, and we run to a full count. Man, this is exactly the kind of night I used to love to play on. You get a good sweat going. You really feel loose. Feel like you can do anything. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's in the dirt away, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Daleville. Braden Danner will trot down to first.
Number 3, Merrick Adams.
Merrick Adams comes to the plate. Good-looking young player. You're going to hear his name a lot in the next few years. Right-handed hitting shortstop, the third baseman in about 10 feet on the grass, thinking bunt. He shows bunt and takes a strike. Smith down there at third is a good 10 to 15 feet in front of the bag and about 10 feet in on the grass. And here he comes creeping in, swing and a miss. Clifford took something off, and it's 0-2. Danner with a big lead at first. His right foot out to the edge of the cutout. We'll see if he's going anywhere. He's not. Here's a ball slapped into right field. Base hit. Danner down to second. He'll make a turn. He's going to try for third. Here's the throw across. He's going to be out. A head first slide, but he couldn't get under the tag. Score that 9-5 on a great throw from Hargrave to Smith. Wow. That was well done. Adams stopped at first. That brings in Caden Gothrop, a left-handed hitter who hit a ball halfway to Daleville in the semifinal this afternoon. Here's the pitch to him. He takes outside, ball one. He hit it about 425. It landed in the far lane of the paved street behind the ballpark here and probably has a dent in it. Gothrop waiting. Here's the pitch to him. Taken inside, little slider to make it 2-0. Little back foot slider that was a little too much in. Now Gothrop's in great shape at 2-0. We'll see if they turn him loose. Waggling the bat, here's the pitch to him. He rips a shot to straightaway right. I'm not sure the park will hold it. It's gone! Caden Gothrop hits it in the street again to straightaway right. And Daleville jumps out in front 2-0. A booming shot, another high arcing blister ball. Talk about helping yourself. That's how you do it. So Gothrop does it in style. 2-0 Broncos here in the first. That brings in Drew Watson with the bags clear. He rips a shot to straightaway left. It's going to be back-to-back jacks. Drew Watson takes it out of the park on the first delivery from Clifford. And it's 3-0 Broncos. 2 no doubters. You heard the sound. You know what I'm talking about. Listen to the crowd. You get a couple seniors who dial 9 for long distance. It's pretty meaningful. You'll remember that the rest of your life.
Our concession stand is open.
That's about 750 feet worth of home runs in 2 swings. And dare I say, would JT Nelson go for a trifecta here? If you throw it out that spot again, you just might. JT Nelson, the center fielder, the crowd buzzing. Bzz, 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 bzz. They're buzzing about the 2 long balls. Oh, it's a blast being back in the ballpark. I have missed it more than I can tell you. Nelson, a right-handed hitter. Clifford's kick and deal. First pitch swinging and lifting it down the right field line. Long run. Can Hargrave get there? Great catch on the dead run. Right on the foul line by Hargrave, who is putting on a show defensively here in the first inning.
Now batting number
A fantastic catch. Earlier, a great throw to cut down a runner trying to go to third on a single. Well done out there twice. Way to go, Michael. Good for you. That brings in Zach Neff, and he takes a breaking ball high, ball 1. Neff, the right fielder, also a right-handed hitter. Man, I shouldn't have thought about that Kansas City barbecue. Got it on the brain. There's a pitch in the dirt to make it 2-0. When I worked in Kansas, the Kansas City Royals, we were an affiliate, and I went up a couple times for games and meet people. And one day they catered Kansas City barbecue in the big dining room. Oh, man, it was as good as anything I've ever had. There's a called strike. 2-1. I also nearly ran over Ewing Kaufman that day, the owner of the Royals, completely by accident. I'm innocent. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. I was leaving the home TV booth to go to a bathroom one last time before the game. And I opened the door, and Ewing Kaufman had turned the handle and was coming in while I was coming out. And we got about 6 inches from each other. Here's a ball lifted into shallow center. Second baseman and shortstop going out and converge. The second baseman, Malachi King, hauls it in for the final out of the inning. Good inning for Daleville, though. They do some serious damage. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 long balls. That's how you start a game when you're looking to get another sectional title. We're through an inning at Memorial Field. It's Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We move to the second inning of this championship game. Daleville 3, Cowan nothing. The thunder was off the bats of Caden Gothrop, who hit a 2-run shot, and Drew Watson behind him, back-to-back, a solo. And when you're swinging big thunder bats like that, it's pretty tough to beat you. We move to the visitors' second. Cowan has 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up against Caden Gothrop. All he has done so far is strike out 3 and walk 1. Got another Caden Gothrop fan listening in Tennessee. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you along the way. If you can't be here in person, I'm glad you're here in the cyber world.
Now batting for the Blackhawks, number 7.
Jackson Clifford will lead things off for the Blackhawks here in the second inning. Jackson Clifford, it's pitcher against pitcher here in inning number 2. Both teams up on the railing, taking this one in. Gothrop looks in at Danner. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch. Slap foul out of play on the first base side. It missed a car by about 3 feet. My friends, that's why you park way over there. Who needs a dent, let alone a busted windshield? 0-1 to Clifford. Here's the pitch. Line shot just by Watson in the right field. It's a sharp single for Jackson Clifford. That'll bring in Austin Jones. That is the first Cowan base hit.
9, Austin Jones.
Well done. Really squared it up. That brings up Austin Jones, the catcher for Cowan. Right-hand hitter, as is Clifford. He's got a big lead at first. We'll see if he's going to run. From the stretch, Gothrop throws over, runner diving back safely. If you're Cowan, you want to be a little bit careful here. You're already down 3. You don't want to run yourself out of a potential bigger threat here. Here's the pitch home. In the air, foul ground over near the first base dugout. That'll be well out of play. 0-1. Winner of this game will go to Carroll High School in Flora, Indiana, next weekend for the regional. This feels like a weekend. It's a Monday game. but it feels like a weekend game. The winner of this one takes home the trophy, joins the Sweet 16 in 1A, and who knows where you'll end up after that. Gothrop from the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. 0-2. Shepler, the third baseman, had been in on the grass, but now that there's a 2-strike count, he's back even with the bag on the dirt. Here comes the pitch home. Fastball outside. Good job to stop it by Danner. That had some gas on it. The first thing I think of when someone says, oh, man, this kid throws in the 90s in high school, I want to see him, number one. And number two, I want to see his catcher. Because guys who catch guys like Caden Gothrop, Zach Tanner, the former Wapahani pitcher, you got a really good catcher in high school if you can handle those guys. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Long pause. Gothrop brings it home. Hit in the air. Shallow center. Short out. Center in. He's going to dive, but can't get it. It's in there for a bloop hit. Nelson did everything he could to try to sell out and get it. But it's back-to-back singles to open the second inning for the Blackhawks.
Now batting number 6, Malachi King.
That ball was probably no more than 30 or 40 feet out onto the outfield grass. And that brings in Malachi King. And if you're a Cowan fan, you're thinking, hey, we're one swing away from a tie ball game. Trailing 3-0 in the second. Shows bunt, lays it down. It hits him while he's in the batter's box. That's a dead ball. And based on his reaction, I think I know where it hit him. And it's not where you want it. Back in my day when we played, you had a cup check. Your coach made you wear one, and that's why. You don't want to audition for The Sopranos the hard way. But that's what happens. He's up. He's okay. He's as okay as he can be right now. Umpires are really good about that, too. It's when a catcher takes a ball tipped off something that's not well guarded, they give them a pause, let them get their breath back, let them be okay. And now King is back in there. Here's the 0-1. Checked his bunt attempt. Did not go. Pitch was high, and it's 1-1. Daleville got 3 in the first. Cowan trying to get something started with back-to-back singles to open the second. Here's the pitch. Bunt up the first baseline. Watson with a diving stop. He gets up and just does get it in time to first base, and a little collision down there as the throw took Colvin into the path. That's a sacrifice and a 3-4 put out, and it moves both runners
Now
90
batting
feet.
designated hitter number 16, Dylan Krebs.
That's 1 down. Nicely done by King. Take yourself out of a force-out situation, and now, again, you're 1 swing away from tying the game with men at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Krebs had the gas thrown right by him. That was the express. Krebs, the DH, a right-handed hitter, batting for Landon High at the first baseman. Here's the next one from Gothrop. Threw it right by him again. Quickly 0-2. Blackhawks have Clifford at third, Austin Jones at second base. Here comes the next one from Gothrop. Swing and a miss. He blew 3 fastballs right by him. Good morning, good afternoon, good
Now
night.
batting number 8, Bradley Terrell.
Strikeout number 4 for Caden Gothrop, who looks very good tonight. That brings in the left-hand hitting Bradley Terrell. He foul tips one off the mask of Danner to make it 0-1. Clifford opened the inning with a line drive single to right. Jones blooped a single into center behind him, and then the sacrifice moved him up the station. So men at second and third. 2 down. Terrell takes a ball high. It's 1-1. Top of the order, waiting in the wings. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip. 1-2. Looking forward to seeing Mr. Gothrop plying his trade at Ball Diamond at my old stomping grounds next year. Ball State has gotten some good players from Delaware County over the years. Here's the next one from Caden. Called third strike. Fastball on the knees, inside corner. Take a seat, Bradley Terrell. That does it for Cowan here in their half of the second inning. 5th strikeout of the game by Gothrop. He's cruising right now. Blackhawks lead, 2 runners on base. We head for the bottom of the second inning at Memorial Field. Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
We head for the bottom of the second inning here in the 1A Sectional 55 Championship game. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Great having you along in the co-pilot seat for a couple of hours of high school baseball. Man, people missed this a year ago, and I'm just glad they're playing it again. I think they could have played without fans a year ago, but that's water under the bridge. But the kids in the class of 21 are getting to do what the kids in the class of 20 will only get to dream about for the rest of their lives. 7, 8, 9 in the order for Daleville here in the second inning. It's Zach Shepler to lead off. He takes a look out at Clifford, and he hits the first ball a mile down the left field line at about 60 feet, foul up on the hill. That's a long, loud strike. Daleville has already homered twice. If you're not familiar with the park, I should have told you this earlier. 324 down the left field line, 338 down the right field line, exactly 400 to straightaway center, and the gaps are about 370. They're not marked, but that's what they are. There's a changeup, a swing and a miss. Shepler behind 0-2. It's a great place to hit. The background is fantastic with the trees out behind the fence. In center field, there's a chopper toward third. It's by him, but to the shortstop. The throw is going to be up the line, and he's safe. That's going to be an infield hit. That's a tough chance.
Now batting number 31, Sean.
Tough
Jackson.
play. That brings in Sean Jackson, who crowds the plate from the right-handed batter's box, and a big lead at first by Shepler. Let's see what they're doing. Clifford has it, set at the belt, brings it home. They show bunt. They take a pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Jackson, the Daleville left fielder, jersey number 31 on his back. The third baseman in about 20 feet. In on the grass, thinking bunt at third base. Throw to first, runner back. This could be an historic night for Daleville. Jackson, ready, here comes the pitch. He tried to bunt, he offered, he didn't get it. It's a strike, and the throw down to first, not in time. Terry Turner, the longtime coach, has already said this is it for him. He's retiring from coaching at the end of this season, whenever it comes. Well over 400 wins in his career. He was at Anderson for a long time, and now at Daleville. He's a quality coach. There's a pitch taken high. 2-1. He got his 400th career win in the state championship game in 2016. That's a great way to hit a milestone. Here comes the pitch. lifted toward left center field. It's playable. To his right is Barton, who calls it off from the left fielder King and makes the grab. One away. Ethan Colvin comes to the plate for
Now batting
Daleville.
number 4, Ethan Colvin.
This Daleville team is very, very young. They have significant freshman and sophomore playing time down there. From the belt, here's the pitch home. Shortens and takes upstairs, does Colvin, for ball one. You'll lose a quality arm that you don't get every day in Gothrop next year, but a lot of pretty good players left in the shelf in the old countertop. Another throw to first, and Shepler gets up looking like a cinnamon donut from the chest down. That's going to be a problem in the laundry. Here comes the pitch. Fastball taken away. It's 2-0. You test the strength of your tide after a game like this one if you're in the Shepler household. He's got a big lead, right foot out to the end of the cutout. He's not going. Foul tip back to the screen. Back in the day, we used to take our uniforms to the coin-operated car wash, hang them up against the wall, and try to get as much gunk out of them before we took them home to the laundry. Here's a soft line drive. It's going to get through the 5-hole into left field for a hit. So Colvin trots down to first. He joins the hit parade on a little humpback liner.
Now batting number 22, Braden Danner.
Second hit of the inning and the fifth hit of the game by Daleville, and it rolls over the top of the order, and there's danger here. Only one away, Braden Danner, the batter. He walked in his first trip tonight. Big, strong right-hand hitter, open stance. You don't want to hang a cookie out over the plate here. First one to him is a breaking ball. It hits him in the middle of the back, and that'll load the bases.
Now batting number 3, Merrick Adams.
He recognized the breaking ball was coming. He turned like you should, and no damage, no harm, no foul. But it makes the cheese a little more binding. Now there's nowhere to put Merrick Adams. Shepler at third, Colvin at second, Danner at first. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back into the crowd. The one downside of coming to a game here is that foul balls, rocket fouls, can get into the stands. The backstop is 5 sections tall, but outside of that, it's 1 section tall, and you can really get hit hard. There's a swing and a miss. Nice changeup by Clifford. And he's out in front. 0-2. Cowan has a ton of options here with the bags loaded. The infield is in tight at all 4 spots, trying to cut off a run. There's a foul tip. He stays alive. I won't do the Bee Gees thing. Merrick Adams battling here in the second inning. Base hit here would blow the game open. You've got a 3-0 lead already if you're Daleville. A single would probably get you 2 more. From the windup now with a runner at third. Clifford ready. Here's the delivery. It's in tight for a ball. 1-2. Adams also in tight on the plate. Here comes the pitch to him. It's outside. Count is 2-2. A lot of guys are hitting wide open stance today. Not this young man. He is parallel to the batter's box. He grounds one toward first, not hit very hard. They'll bring it home, and that's all they're going to get. On a nice play by Hyatt, who throws home to Jones for the fielder's choice. And out number 2.
Now
3-2.
17, Caden Gothrop.
In the scorebook. if they had been thinking, they could have pulled the Javi Baez play. But I doubt if it would have worked very well. Adams is at first on the fielder's choice. Bags are still loaded with 2 down, and Caden Big Trouble Gothrop in the batter's box. First pitch swing, he grounds it foul over near the screen on the first base side. Gothrop hit a booming 2-run home run in his first trip tonight. He has 7 RBIs in 2 games today already. Here's the pitch to him. He's taking. Nice block of the ball in the dirt by Jones. Typically, high school pitchers go on to play college ball. Not many of them get to hit, but this young man swings it pretty well. I'm not sure what they'll do with him a year from now. Here comes the pitch to him. Swinging, and he grounds a weak foul over near the first base dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gothrop steps out briefly, clears his head. He's ready to go. Clifford trying to wiggle off the hook here in the second. Here comes the pitch. Foul tip. Clifford took something off again, and Gothrop just did stay alive. Caden's an aggressive hitter. You can use that against a guy. But, man, if you make a mistake, we've seen twice today what happens to mistakes when Gothrop is hitting. Bags full of Broncos, 2 away here in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Another ground ball foul into the Cowan dugout. Still 1-2. It's a good battle here between the pitchers. Jackson Clifford on the mound. Caden Gothrop with a bat in his hand in the left-handed batter's box. Here's another delivery. It's taken away. Count evens at 2-2. From the windup, Clifford looking in for a sign. Jones throws the fingers down. Here comes the pitch to Gothrop. He takes away. Blackhawks thought they had strike 3. So did Clifford. You see the smile on his face. He thinks he got squeezed. Runners will be moving here on the pitch. 3-2, 2 down, Bags juiced. There go the runners. Here comes the pitch. It's a called third strike. Beautiful slider by Clifford on the outer edge. He gets Gothrop looking, and that ends the Daleville threat here in the bottom of the second inning. Well done by Jackson Clifford. That is his first strikeout of the night. Broncos put up a big threat, but go out without scoring. They leave the Bags loaded. We're through 2 complete at Memorial Field. It's still Daleville 3. Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We move to inning number 3. Daleville out in front of Cowan, 3-0. That was a nice Daleville threat in the second, but they just couldn't get the key hit. Clifford made some really good pitches under pressure for his head coach, Aaron Wells. So we move to inning number 3 as this one rolls along. Top of the order due up for the Cowan Blackhawks. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Thanks for grabbing on to the bumper and rolling down the road with us tonight. Glad to have you listening all over the world. A couple years ago when Daleville won the state championship, Terry Turner's son listened from Israel, which was pretty doggone cool. Technology is an amazing
Now batting
thing.
for the Blackhawks, number 3.
To lead
Nathan
off for Cowan,
Barton.
it's Nathan Barton, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Then Hargrave and Smith behind him. Gothrop has been pretty good so far. He's into his windup. First one is the ball in the dirt, and that one got a piece of his catcher, Danner, going by. Gothrop has allowed 2 hits. He has walked the batter and struck out 5 as he goes to work here in inning number 3. To wind up the pitch, called strike. Daleville trying to take a bunt away at third with Shepler in on the grass. Next one is popped up on the infield. Foul ground on the right side over near the first base dugout. Watson and Danner and Gothrop all give chase, but it drops in for a strike in foul ground. I'm going to say congratulations to the Yorktown softball team. The number 1 Tigers lost a heartbreaker today, 1-0 in 10 innings to the number 2 ranked Guerin Catholic Ball Club. That is a game for the ages right there. We've had 2 of them in a week. There's a swing and a miss. And he's out. Barton goes down on
Now
strikes
batting number 2, Michael Hargrave.
for out number 1. Strikeout number 6 if you're keeping track at home. Brings back memories of Taylor Clark's 18 strikeout game in a sectional about 10 years ago. Here's a bunt. The throw to first is a rocket from Gothrop, and he got him. And Gothrop looks over at the dugout and fist pumps him. He's like, "You're going to lay that down on me?" No, you're not.
Now batting number 4, Chase.
1-3
Smith.
on the put out in the book. Caden was pumped at that one. Quickly, 1 up, 2 down. 5 pitches. That brings up the number 3 hitter for Cowan, Chase Smith. He's their third baseman tonight. Hasn't had an official time at bat. He walked in the first and got stranded. Gothrop into his windup. Fastball called strike, outer edge. Smith trying to get something started with his team trailing 3-0 here in the third. There's a fastball way outside. Good eye by Smith to make it 1-1. Gothrop working quickly. Next one fouled back to the backstop. 1-2. Just something special about high school baseball. The fans are so close, both emotionally and in distance. There's a pitch in the dirt. Makes it 2-2. And I've done professional ball in a little college and high school, and high school ball is my favorite for those reasons. Gothrop winds and fires. Called third strike on the outside corner. That sets down Smith, and it puts away Cowan here in the third inning. That is strikeout number 7 on the night by Gothrop. He breezes through the third. Cowan up and down in order. We go to the bottom of the third. Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head for the bottom of the third inning. Daleville out in front 3-0. Drew Watson to lead things off for the Broncos. He slowly grounds one to the first baseman who went to his right and then took it on his own. Nice play by Landon Hyatt. 3 unassisted in the book for out number 1.
Number 2,
JT Nelson due up for the Broncos. Nelson 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. On a great catch on the dead run by Michael Hargrave. Here's the windup and the pitch from Clifford. Called strike. Cowan has kind of settled in a little bit after that barrage in the first inning. They're right here in the game. They're not out of it yet. There's a nice breaking ball, a beauty, taken for a strike. Clifford ahead of Nelson, 0-2. JT would like to get him right here. Winds and fires. Breaking ball, tapped foul up the third base line over near the Daleville dugout. Daleville with 3 runs on 5 hits, but the 2 boomstick jobs were the big blows in the game. There's a ball taken away, and it's 1-2. Back-to-back home runs in the first by Gothrop and Watson are the difference in this game. But Clifford has bounced back nicely. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, and it's 2-2. Only a freshman here on the mound. Pretty poised for a 9th grader. Here comes the pitch. Grounded, left side. Foreheaded nicely by the third baseman, and he throws him out on a nice play by Smith over to Hyatt. 2 up, 2 down, and that brings in Zach Neff.
Zach Neff.
Neff is nothing out of 1. He popped to the second baseman back in the first. 3 in a row retired by Clifford. Right-hander is ready with the next one. Breaking ball, called strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Throws that little soft slider. Dares you to hit it. Neff ready, so is Clifford. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball, center field. That should be easy work for Barton. He comes in and makes the grab. And it's a 1-2-3 inning defensively for Cowan in the bottom of the third inning. 4 in a row retired now by Clifford. Broncos hang a donut. They go up and down in order. We head for the middle inning after 3 complete. Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head toward inning number 4, and that was a big inning for Cowan, and I'll tell you why. Pitch counts get to be a concern the deeper you go, and Clifford had thrown 26 pitches in the second inning. He threw 9 in the third inning. So his total only went from 45 to 54, and the way he's pitching, you want to keep him out there. And that was a nice comeback inning for Jackson Clifford. So we go to the 4th.
Now batting for the Blackhawks, number 11.
Cowan will try to get off the schneid here. They trail 3-0. Part of the order, 4, 5, and 6. As we go through the lineup the second time against Caden Gothrop. Here comes the first one. It's bunted foul back to the fence. Beautiful crowd on hand here. People sitting beyond the fence in folding chairs. A car parked behind the left field fence, like the old softball days of the 60s. The next pitch home is inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. When I was a kid, we'd go watch our dads play softball, and people would park their cars behind the fences. And when guys would hit home runs, people would honk to show their approval. It was pretty cool. Here's a bunt up the third baseline. Tough play. Is he going to get him? Nice pick at first base. Shepler made a nice play. His throw was in the dirt, but a backhand pick by Watson.
Now batting number 7, Jackson.
That's one down. You won't do it much better than that in high school. We've had some web gems in this game by both teams. With one down, Jackson Clifford is the batter. 7 batters in a row, retired by Gothrop now. He has settled in, and he starts in with a fastball for a strike. The old cliche is if you don't get the really good ones early, you don't get them. That might be true against Caden Gothrop. Fastball outside. Good take by Clifford to make it 1-1. Gothrop has given up 2 hits, walked a batter, 7 Ks. Grounded by the mound to the right side. Second baseman will have to charge, field and fire, throw high, but Watson again with a nice job at first to stay on the bag, and that's 2 down on a nice play by Colvin. Over to
Now
Watson.
batting number 9, Austin Jones.
That would be your definition of soft contact right there. I don't know if that's Channel 13 flying over the ballpark in the chopper just over the right field stands. Make a great bumper shot if it is. They're probably just flying into the hospital. Here's a line shot rocket foul down the right field line back into the bullpen. Probably a medevac helicopter going to, I'm guessing, St. Vincent. There's a strike. It's 0-2 to Jones. Gothrop looking for strikeout number 8. He's all business. Look at him. He's up there ready to go. He's like a dog at the end of the chain on the porch, man. He wants to go. Jones is back in there. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Grounded to the right side. Second baseman has a bobble, picks it up, throws late. It's going to be safe at first for Austin Jones. That's a tough chance, but he should have made the play. Probably an E4 in the book.
Malachi King.
If he picks that cleanly and throws, he probably gets him out. That brings in Malachi King. So that ends the string of batters retired consecutively to 8. Throw to first, runner back diving. And the Blackhawks have a runner at first with 2 down and King in the batter's box. He's going to take a trip out of the box. We've got a problem at first base again. The dirt gets down in the hole for the post, and so the bag comes up above the ground and it pops out easily. It's the second time we've had to fix it tonight. If this were a Cubs game, they'd be doing drop-in ad number 712 by now, but I won't do that to you. It is nice to have you along, and yes, we do plan to follow the winner of this one to the regional next weekend. Carroll, Florida is a great place to play. It is not a great place to broadcast. And that's no swipe at them, but they don't have any room in their very small press box facility for media. So you end up calling the game 150 feet down the line on the side of the field. Tough way to call a game. Next pitch is high and away. 1-0. It's a nice little town, though, when they have a fantastic library for a town so small. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. He held up. King out in front of Gothrop 2-0. Should be a great 4-team field next weekend, no matter who gets there. There's a swing and a foul tip to make it 2-1. We've had some really good games over there. Daleville has played there several times. There's a fastball on the outer edge for a called strike. It's 2-2. Seen some great games over at Carroll in the last 5-6 years. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss through the gas by him, probably 90 miles an hour. That does it for Cowan here in their half of the fourth inning. That's strikeout number 8 for the great Caden Gothrop. For Cowan in the inning, no runs, no hits, an error, and they leave a man at first base. We're halfway home in this one. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's still Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Memorial Field in Anderson. Fantastic night for a championship game. We've had great weather all day. And we move to the back half of the game, the bottom of the fourth inning, as Daleville continues to lead Cowan 3-0. Jackson Clifford going through his warm-up pitches, and he's all ready to go. 7, 8, and 9 in the Daleville batting order here in the fourth as they lead by 3. Zach Shepler, the third baseman, to lead things off. He's 1 for 1 with a second inning single. Right-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. The wind up the pitch. In the dirt. Outside. 1-1. Sean Jackson and Ethan Colvin waiting in the wings here in the fourth for Terry Turner's baseball team. The wind up in the pitch. Chopper, left side. Third baseman can't get it cleanly on this short hop. Probably going to be an infield hit as Shepler was well down the line. Smith gave it as good a try as he could. Will scored an infield hit, and with one away, I'm going to make it 1 on. Sean Jackson is the batter. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Pitch on the way. Bunt popped up the first baseline. The pitcher down to take it. He'll throw on, and that's a sacrifice, and 1-3 in the scorebook. Well done by Jackson. That moves Shepler down to second base.
Oh,
man.
That brings up Ethan Colvin. 1 for 1 with a single. Here comes the pitch. Popped up, back near the screen. Coming back, taking a good look at it, but it's over the screen and 4 rows deep. Good hustle that time by Jones, the catcher. Had a chance to chat with Dylan Gaskell one of the assistant coaches from Cowan, former catcher for the Blackhawks back in the day, and he used to hustle just like that himself. Hustle is just in you. You either have it or you don't. There's a breaking ball and a beauty for a called strike. 0-2 to Ethan Colvin. Top of the order waiting in the wings for the Broncos as they try to dent the scoreboard again. Short lead at second. Here comes the pitch. Hit in the air, straightaway center, shallow. Should be easy work for Barton, who hauls it in. 2 down.
Now batting number 22, Braden Danner.
That brings in the leadoff man for Daleville, Braden Danner. Hasn't had an official at bat in the game. He walked in the first and he got hit by a pitch in the second. With a runner at second. Chance to get an insurance run here. He takes a strike. Next one in the dirt. Good eye by Danner. It's 1-1. Zach Shepler, the runner for Daleville, out at second base. They play cat and mouse with him in the middle infield, and now Danner steps out and gets time at the plate. We haven't had a run since the bottom of the first when Daleville got 3 on back-to-back home runs. Been quiet since then. Pitch is outside. Good take by Danner to make it 2-1. Here's the delivery. It's a breaking ball, taken high. 3 balls and a strike. Clifford looks back at the runner, brings it home. Another breaking ball and a called strike, a beauty on the inside corner. Danner thought it was ball 4, but he thought wrong. 3-2. 2 down, man at second base. Here in the fourth, Daleville up 3-0. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards short. Should be routine, though. Throw across from Terrell to Hyatt does it. And that's it here in the fourth for Daleville. They threaten. They move a man into scoring position, but they can't get him around to score. No runs, a hit, no errors. They leave a man in scoring position at second base. We head for the 5th inning in the championship game here in Anderson in 1A55. Daleville out in front of Cowan, 3-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you here in Anderson at Memorial Field as we go to the 5th inning of this championship game. Daleville has a 3-0 lead. Caden Gothrop coming along.
Now batting number 16, Dylan Krebs.
Cowan will send Dylan Krebs to the plate to lead things off here in the 5th inning as they chase a 3-run deficit. 8, 9, and 1 in the Cowan batting order. Gothrop starts him with a fastball for a strike. Gothrop has been dominant tonight again. 2 hits, 1 walk. There's a swing and a miss to make it 0-2. 8 Ks. Next one on the way. Lifted towards shallow center. That's no man's land. Going out as the second baseman. He can't make the play. Colvin heard footsteps as short second and center were converging in the Devil's triangle out there, and there's not much you can do. We were talking about that play after the first 2 games today and how that's the most dangerous play for an outfielder. You're going out blind. You're looking for the ball. At least the center fielder can see the play coming in at it. But the outfielders are really in danger when they go out there.
Pitch running for number 16.
Got a pinch runner at first base. That's Watson.
Number 13, Seth Watson.
He will run for Dylan Krebs. Just the 3rd hit tonight by Cowan, but they're still in the game. They only trail 3-0. They get another man on here, you bring the tying run to the plate. Bradley Terrell is the batter. Left-handed swinger, third baseman in on the grass. Throw to first, and Watson adds dirt to his diet, diving back in head first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Grazed it. Cowan has the heart of its order waiting in the wings here. Terrell is the number 9 hitter. Here comes the pitch to him. He shortens and takes another strike. 0-2. Gothrop from the stretch, sets high around his chin, throws over to first. It's a wild throw. It's a bad throw. And the runner will move 90 feet down to second base as Watson retrieves it. Caden knows he shouldn't have done that. That's E1. His throw over to first landed in the grass and skipped by. That's how bad a throw it was. 0-2. He'll work on the hitter. Look out, foul ball back into the crowd, but no one gets hit. Still 0-2. Terrell just trying to get him on the board with a man at second base. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball over but high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terrell was a strikeout victim looking in his only time at bat today. Here's the next one to him. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Same result as the first time. That's 1 down.
Now batting number 3, Nathan Barton.
Strikeout number 9 for Gothrop. That rolls around the top of the order, and Nathan Barton. Cowan center fielder. 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. Gothrop chases the runner back by coming down the mound on the back side. Man at second, 1 away. Bunted, popped up near the mound. Gothrop catches it. Can't double the runner off, though. That's 2 down.
Now batting number 2, Michael.
That brings up Michael Hargrave. Hargrave, jersey number 2 on his back, white batting helmet. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. He was behind the fastball. Strikeout, ground out, 0 for 2 in the game by Hargrave so far. Third trip through the order now by the Cowan offense. Swing and a miss, chase the fastball away, and it's 0-2. If I ever name a baseball team with baseball names, 0-2 is going to be one of them. Swing and a miss. Gas, more gas. Take a seat, Gothrop says. That's his 10th strikeout of the game, and up and down go the Blackhawks quietly here in the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still, Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They're about persistence and perseverance, no matter how big the challenge.
The high schools in our community are going through a difficult time, but our fall sports season is off to a strong start. And with your patience, flexibility, and unwavering support, we think we'll have a surprisingly good year.
Most important of all, we've got to follow virus protocols and get a flu shot. So let's stay after it. Let's not give up. I'm Carrie Schludecker.
And I'm Robert Falcons. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Our high school coaches and student athletes, thank you for your support.
This is persistence. This is perseverance. This is positivity. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ball game. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning in a 3-0 affair. Daleville in front. Daleville hitting, and the first pitch swinging. Foul back to the screen off the bat of Merrick Adams gets us underway. Heart of the Daleville batting order here in the 5th. It's 2, 3, and 4. With their third look at Jackson Clifford, who has pitched very well for a 9th grader. He's had a lot of poise. Here comes the pitch. Hit in the air. Left center field. 2 men converge. The left fielder, Alexander King, says, let me have it. And that's 1 away. That brings in Caden Gothrop.
Number 17, Caden Gothrop.
Gothrop has the big blow in the game. A mammoth 2-run homer in the first inning that was followed by an equally impressive shot by Drew Watson. They went back-to-back homers, got all 3 of their runs. Has been very quiet since then. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Gothrop has homered twice today in a pair of games. He has 7 RBIs just today. The senior left-handed swinger waiting on the next one. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. You think, well, a 9th grader would be afraid of a senior who's a D1 commit, but Clifford has shown a lot of poise in bouncing back after that first inning. Next one is inside in the dirt. The count is 1-2. I used to tell my players, you can either cower in fear or go do something about it. And he's gone out and done something about it. Pitched very well overall. The windup and the delivery. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. They'll have to throw down to get him. And it's going to be a 2-3 put out at first on the strikeout by Gothrop.
Now batting number 1,
2 down.
Drew Watson.
Second strikeout of the night by Jackson Clifford. And that brings in Drew Watson. Right-handed hitter. The sun has broken out now, and the shadows are going to come into play. Here's the windup in the pitch. Chopper toward third. Big hop for Smith. Settles and fires across. Picked nicely by Hyatt. 5-3 in the book. That does it for Daleville here and there, half of the 5th inning. Quick work, 1-2-3 by the 9th grader, Jackson Clifford. We've played 5 complete at Memorial Field. We head for the nitty-gritty. Going to the sixth inning. Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Do you remember the high school cheer? 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate?
I do. And the high school teams in our community appreciate all of you. They need to hear your voice, loud and proud, more than ever before.
They need your enthusiasm. They need your attendance at their games and meets. And they need for you to follow virus protocols, get a flu shot, so that they can have a great year.
Your positive, supportive voice is appreciated more than you know. I'm Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Sandra Walter. We're both assistant commissioners at the IHSAA. Thank you again for your enthusiastic support of high school sports.
This is passion. This is enthusiasm. This is community pride. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We move to the sixth inning of the 1A55 championship game here at Memorial Field in Anderson. Brian Beaver along with you, your eyes and ears.
Now batting number 4.
It's
Chase
crunch time for Cowan as they trail by a score of 3-0. Part of their order for the Blackhawks. 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if they can do some damage against Caden Gothrop. Chase Smith is the leadoff man. He looks at a curve, low and in for ball 1. Smith 0 for 1, a strikeout with a walk. He takes a strike on the inside corner. That evens the count. The dad joke of the day. This one popped right back over my head to make it 1-2. If a smartphone is so smart, why is it lost? Questions that have baffled man for a long time, at least 10 years. Here's the pitch. Foul back, look out. Through the crowd again. Mentioned the shadows and the sunshine last half inning. The shadow now has gotten out to the third baseline and about a third of the way to the mound. There's a shot, left center field. It's going to be a long run going back, but a nice catch out there as Nelson outran the ball to rob Smith of a hit for out number 1. That's not an easy play looking back into the sun. 1 away for Alexander King. We've had some really talented defensive plays in this game by both of these teams. They've really played well, put on a good show for the fans. Gothrop winds and brings it home. It's a fastball upstairs. Hard to believe it's going to be June tomorrow, but it is. Now wind up in the pitch. Shortens up, shows bunt. That was a bluff. It's in the dirt for a ball, and it's 2-0. Typical Indiana week in the end of May. You have frost, followed by muggy 70s in about 48 hours. Here's the pitch. Fastball called strike, a beauty, to make it 2-1. Gothrop has gone the distance on the mound for Daleville. Clifford has done the same for Cowan. High fly ball, shallow left center field. The center fielder will come over and take it again. Nelson with the catch. He's the captain of the outfield. He has 2 straight putouts.
Number 7, Jackson
Here in the 6th.
Clifford.
Nobody on. That brings in Jackson Clifford. Let's see if he can get a 2-out rally started for Cowan as they continue to trail Daleville 3-0. After an inning, it looked like it might be Thunder City here. but no one has scored since the first. Here's a line drive foul down the right field line back in the crowd. I hear sirens in the distance. Nothing like fun at the old ball yard. Nothing in one to count. Delivered. Gothrop winds and deals. It's a fastball, a bullet first strike to make it 0-2. It's a little bit like when the Cubs have that fire station down Waveland Avenue go out on a run. Here comes the pitch. Chopper foul, third base line. Still 0-2. If Gothrop can get through this inning without any damage, he's in really good shape, and so will the Broncos be. But first, you got to take care of Jackson Clifford in the pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Pitch is in the dirt. That got a piece of Danner. He'll go out and have a quick chat with Gothrop. Probably said, don't throw that again. That hurt. Catchers are tough. No problem. Clifford back in there. Danner has his helmet back on. He gets a pat in the back from the home plate umpire. Here comes the pitch from Gothrop. Floated foul in the air out near the concession stand and foul ground and over near the food line. One and two the count. Bases are empty here in the Cowan sixth. 2 out, no one on. 3 in the bottom of the first by Daleville is all the tallies we've had in this contest. Here comes the 1-2. Curved him and got him looking. Strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Gothrop. It froze. Clifford. Strikeout number 11 in the game by Gothrop. He is humming along. Another donut on the board for Cowan. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Time for the bottom of the 6th inning. Daleville comes up with a 3-0 lead, and JT Nelson to lead it off for him. First pitch swinging, grounds it foul up the first baseline. Five, 6, and 7 here in inning number 6 for Terry Turner's Broncos, who are closing in on their 6th consecutive sectional title if they can nail this one down. They're in good shape right now with a 3-run lead. Pitch outside. Good take that time by Nelson to even the count. This was the preseason number 1 in 1A baseball in Indiana. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And as the season has gone on, young players have taken their lumps playing a tough schedule for a 1A. They're not going to wow you with their record, but they're playing very well right now. There's a Tapper foul as Nelson stays alive, 1-2. People are going to look at their record next week and say, well, they're not a threat. You got Caden Gothrop, you're a threat. Clifford looking in, has his sign from Jones, winds and brings it home. He missed away. Count is 2-2. Zach Neff and Zach Shepler, the Zach twins waiting in the wings. Here comes the next one. Tapper, foul again. Good battle here between Nelson and Clifford. Oh for 2 in the game so far for Nelson. Here comes the pitch to him. Softly lined in the left field. It's going to be a base hit down the line. He'll make his turn, but stop there with a single on a nice play, getting it back in by Alexander King.
Number 19, Zach.
Little humpback line drive for the first hit of the night for JT Nelson. 7 hits in the game by Daleville. And the 2 big ones were the home runs in the first inning. That brings in Zach Neff. Short lead at first. A leaner lead. I'll tell you that in a moment. This one popped up. Back behind the plate. It's going to get into the stands. And you hear the fans giving somebody a big hand. There must have been a nice catch in the crowd.
Are your hands okay?
A moment of stardom for somebody. 0-1. What's a leaner lead? I'll explain in a moment. Long set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a strike. A leaner lead is, in my book, it's so short that if you lean until you fall over, you reach the bag just by falling over. It's a really, really short lead. No more than 6 or 7 feet. Probably less. Next one lofted into center field. It's in shallow territory, but it's going to be caught a few steps out onto the grass by Malachi King, the second baseman. Another nice defensive play, and 1 down.
Now batting number 00, Zach.
That
Shepler.
brings in Zach Shepler, the third baseman, who has a 2 for 2 night going. Pair of singles for him. Runner at first, 1 away. 3-0 game, bottom of the 6th. Spin throw to first, runner back. This Cowan team is very young, and as good as they're showing right now, they're playing pretty well. They're going to be real trouble in next year. They're kind of like the 15 Cubs. They were a year early, better than they were expected to be at that point. This team is pretty good. They're really going to be good next year. Clifford ready, brings it home. Tapper foul back to the screen. I believe I'm right when I say Cowan doesn't have a single senior. They do have a senior. Not many, a couple of them. Most of their players are underclassmen. Here comes the pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. Nice play back there to stop it by Jones. It's Westdale I'm thinking of that doesn't have any seniors at all. They bowed out earlier today. But Cowan's going to be trouble for the next couple of years for Aaron Wells. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball, left field, coming on and now camping under it and making the catch. Alexander King hauls it in. Round number 2.
Number 31.
Nelson
Sean
goes back to first.
Jackson.
Sean Jackson, they'll leave it up to him to try to move Nelson down at first base. Jackson is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a fly out. Right-handed hitter. Breaking ball is taken for a ball, and the throw down to second on the steal attempt is not going to be in time. Stolen base by JT Nelson. He had a good jump. Now he's in scoring position. And you're running with 2 outs on contact. So even a little duck snort flare out in the outfield, if you find the grass, you're probably going to get a run home. Next one fouled back to the screen. The difference in this game is that Daleville first when they put up 3, and it's been nothing but bagels on the board since then. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson just trying to find something he can put in play with a man at second base. Ground ball back through the middle, but it's taken on a couple hops. Nice forehand play by the shortstop Terrell, who throws him out at first, and that brings it in to the Daleville 6th inning. For the Broncos, no runs, a hit, no errors. They leave a man at second base. Time for the final roundup. We go to the 7th inning. It's do or die time for the kids from Southern Delaware County. It's Daleville 3, Cowan nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Right now, the last chance for the Cowan Blackhawks. We go to the 7th inning. Daleville out in front of Cowan 3-0. Caden Gothrop has gone the distance and been masterful again today for Terry Turner's ball club. 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, a masterpiece. And it's the bottom of the order coming up for Cowan here in the 7th. They'll open it with Austin Jones at the plate, and he takes high, ball 1. 6, 7, and 8. Jones is 1 out of 2 with a single. Right-handed hitter. He takes a look at a strike. Right-handed hitter. The Daleville third baseman Shepler in 2 steps on the grass. Everybody else pretty much straight away. Ground ball, sharply hit back by the mound. It's backhanded nicely on a beautiful play by Colvin, but he can't make a throw, and it's an infield hit. Second hit of the night by Jones, and that's just what you need. Malachi King is the batter. And at this point, trailing by 3, you're probably not going to sacrifice him down. You need the outs too much now, so you just try to move him the hard way. They are going to bunt him, and he pops it up into the crowd. Nothing in 1. King sacrificed and struck out officially, nothing out of 1. Caden Gothrop closing in on 100 pitches here. Here comes the next one. Swing and a miss through the express right by him. That was humming, and it's 0-2. Gothrop's next one. Over but low with a bullet fastball to make it 1-2. Gothrop from the stretch with a man at first, sets shoulder high, brings it home and throws it by him for strike 3. 1 down.
Now batting number 16, Dylan Krebs.
12 strikeouts in the game by Gothrop. And with one away and one on, the designated hitter, Dylan Krebs, is the batter. Single and strikeout, and he takes a weak swing at that one. He was fooled. It's 0-1. So barring a major miracle, Gothrop won't get 18 Ks today like Taylor Clark did that one year for Daleville, but he's going to get a boatload. Sets, throws to first, runner dives back head first. Gothrop has looked every bit the Division I recruit today at the plate and on the mound. Here comes his next pitch. Hit into center field. It's going to be a base hit, and Cowan is going to bring the tying run to the plate here in the 7th. Blackhawk fans come to life. They say, hey, we're not done yet. And they aren't.
Now batting number 8, Bradley Terrell.
Second straight hit by Krebs, and that brings in Bradley Terrell. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out looking twice. His third time getting a look at Gothrop. Game situation here. Here comes the pitch. Fouled it back to the screen. So you've got one out. Barring a double play, you've got 2 chances here with the tying run at the plate. First for Terrell, and waiting in the wings, Nathan Barton. Ground ball, left side, hit slowly. They'll have to take it to first. They get him over there on a nice 5-3 play. 2 down. That moves the runners 90 feet.
Now batting number 3, Nathan Barton.
So here you go. Drama time. Can Cowan find drama the way Wapahani did? The left-handed hitting Barton, the last hope for the Blackhawks. 7th inning, 2 down, then it's 2nd and 3rd. 1 swing away from tying if you can get a long ball, and there's ball 1. Strikeout, strikeout, pop out. 0 for 3 day for Barton. He would love to get a hold of one. Next one over but low. Two and 0. Sun behind the clouds now, no shadows, no bright sunshine. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled back off the face mask of the catcher, Danner. That rattled his cage. That'll make it 2-2. Cowan will be down to its final strike. Aaron Wells, the opposing coach, comes in and fist bumps Danner, who has taken off his helmet and is walking around trying to clear his mental inventory. We're just about set to go. We're in the last of the glooming here as the light starts to turn to darkness. Cowan has men at 2nd and 3rd with 2 down, and the count to Nathan Barton is 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're down to their last strike. You hear the Daleville fans coming to their feet. Here's the windup and the pitch. Fastball way upstairs. Gothrop might have overthrown that to fill the count. Austin Jones at 3rd. Dylan Krebs at 2nd. Gothrop from the windup. Here comes the pitch. Hit in the air, down the left field line. It's going to get down in the corner. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. He's going to head for 3rd. Here comes the throw in. He's safe. Now he's going to head for home. He's safe. He circles the bases to tie the game. Unbelievable.
Now batting number 2, Michael Hargrave.
You could score that an inside the park home run. And no matter how you score it, that's a tie ball game. Amazing. Now a trip to the mound. You hear the Cowan fans going ape. And can you blame them? Wow. Meeting on the mound, the entire Daleville infield comes into the conversation. There's not a bigger swing in the lifetime of Nathan Barton than that one right there. Jackson had it hit over his head toward the line down in the corner. His throw back in got over the cutoff man and rolled, and that gave Barton a chance to turn a triple into a home run, and he did.
Number 2, Michael Hargrave.
Inside the park, game-tying home run. What kind of drama have we had today in Delaware County baseball? Wow. That brings in Michael Hargrave. Gothrop's wind up his pitch. It's bunted back toward the mound. Gothrop down, he has it. He'll throw to first. He throws wildly. It hits the umpire, and the batter's going to go all the way to second base. Wow. Hold the phone. That'll be a base hit
4,
and an error.
Smith.
Holy smoke. That's the 4th hit of the inning by Cowan. They were a pitch away from elimination. Now they have the lead run at second base for Chase Smith. Runner going. Throw down to third. It's down the line by the third baseman. He's going to come home to score, and Cowan has the lead. It's 4-3 Blackhawks. Stolen base. E2. Blackhawks are in front for the first time in the game. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. That brings in Chase Smith. Again, 1-0. Fouls it back to make it 1-1. Well, you would not have bet the house or even the milk money on that outcome, but you've got it. Foul ball back over the stands into the parking lot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now Gothrop's closing in on his pitch limit. Here comes the next one. It hits the plate and hops back off of the catcher Danner to the screen. That young man has been beaten to death back there this afternoon and tonight. The count is 2-2. Gothrop isn't going to go much farther because he can't. Pitch is upstairs, and it's full. He had thrown 88 pitches to start this inning unofficially, and he's pushing well over 100 here. The limit is 120. Here's the pitch. In the air, shallow right center. The second baseman goes back and can't catch it. Cowan had it in his glove, but he can't haul it in. Wow. When it rains, it pours.
Now batting number 11, Alex.
That's got to be an error. It was right in his glove. He just couldn't hold it. That keeps the inning going for Cowan. Alexander King is the 8th batter in the inning. And time called now as Danner goes out to talk to Gothrop on the mound. And King goes down for a quick condo at third base with his head coach, Aaron Wells. Unbelievable. Daleville has led the game 3-0 into the 7th inning, and we're a pitch away from finishing Cowan's season. And then lightning struck in a bottle, and Cowan finds itself ahead 4-3. Here's the pitch. Bunted foul. Nothing in 1. If you're looking ahead to the Daleville 7th, it'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Broncos. So they're in good shape in their batting order, but they've got to get out of it now without any more damage. 0-1 to Alexander King. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outer edge for a called strike. Quickly 0-2. Well, if Daleville loses this game, it won't be because of Gothrop's pitching. The defense has fallen apart here in the 7th inning, and again, a young team. Hard smash on the ground to short. He'll go the short way to second for the force. And that will do it here in the Cowan 7th, but what an inning they have. 6-4 on the put out at second base, but the big story is the 4th spot put up by Cowan. They're 3 outs away from going to the Sweet 16 after 6.5 at Memorial Field. It's Cowan 4, Daleville 3 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's do or die time for Daleville as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The inning began with Daleville out in front 3-0. Broncos now trail Cowan 4-3. Ethan Colvin will lead things off for the Broncos. Here comes the pitch, and it's just off the outside corner for ball 1. Jackson Clifford has gone toe-to-toe and gone the distance on the mound for Cowan. Here's his pitch. It's taken for a strike to even the count. 9-1-2 for Daleville here in the 7th. Right now, you just want one and keep it going if you can't get more than that. The tapper foul at the plate. That took a bite out of the catcher and the umpire. Count is 1-2. Daleville got 3 in the bottom of the 1st, and we had a goose egg fest until the 7th inning when Cowan got 4 runs, 3 crucial misplays defensively by Daleville, opened the floodgates, and Cowan is 3 outs away from winning a sectional title. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. They'll have to throw down to get him. Here it is. They drop the throw at first base. Oh, my. That's a strikeout and an E3 on Landon Hyatt. Holy cow.
Number 22, Braden Danner.
That's the 3rd strikeout, but Colvin gets to first safely. The throw was right on the dime. Hyatt just dropped it. That brings the top of the order in, and it's Braden Danner. Let's see if he can do any damage. Here's the pitch. He takes a strike on the outside corner. 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch tonight for Danner. He tries to move his teammate. Long set, here's the pitch. It's outside, taken for a ball. 1-1. Dusk settling in now. Visibility not great. Snap throw to first, runner back. One ball, one strike, the count on Danner with Ethan Colvin at first. He has a short, conservative lead. He's the tying run. Chopper foul up the third baseline off the hand of Terry Turner. 1-2 the count. The slogan this year for Cowan is new tradition. And they're really close to starting it in style with a 1-run lead. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. Deep center field. That sends him over toward the gap, but it's A nice play by Barton to make the catch for out number 1. But now you get to the danger time. You've got Merrick Adams up, and who's on deck? Caden Gothrop. If you're Merrick Adams, you just want to preserve swings for Caden Gothrop. And if you're Cowan, you want a double play to win the game right here. With a man at first and 1 down. You do not want Gothrop hitting again. There's a snap throw to first. Gothrop has homered in both games today, and he's hit a couple of bombs, like the one you just heard explode in the distance. Adams has scored. He's 1 out of 3 in the game. Here's the pitch to him. Fly ball should be easy in center field. Coming on into no man's land. The right fielder, Hargrave, takes charge, and he makes the catch. 2 down, but here's where the drama comes. Right here. This is the moment.
Number 17.
The batter is Caden Gothrop. 2-run homer in the first. He's a threat to win the game in walk-off fashion right here. He represents the winning run. The tying run is at first base. And they're going to walk him. But now you bring up a guy who also homered in Drew Watson. Big time drama. Drew Watson. Trying to get to be a hero. He hits it in the air. It's on the infield. It's playable over near the first baseline. The pitcher comes down, and he's got it! Cowan wins the sectional. Clifford makes the catch on the pop-up. And the Blackhawks have shocked the world. Final score in a dramatic nail-biter.
On a great season.
Cowan 4,
Both teams take you for a
Daleville
great
3.
night of baseball here at Memorial Field.
What a baseball game. Wow. Fantastic. The Blackhawks are going to the regional. The final score again. Cowan 4, Daleville 3. Back with a brief post-game show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school sports.
Let's stick together. Let's listen to each other and support one another. Let's work hard, follow health and safety protocols, always mask up, be sure to get a flu shot, and never get complacent or careless.
If we do, I believe that we will have a great high school sports season. I believe that we will win. I'm Paul Neidig, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And I'm Carrie Schludecker, Assistant Commissioner.
On behalf of every high school in Indiana, thank you for your support.
This is commitment. This is self-discipline. This is teamwork. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They're about persistence and perseverance, no matter how big the challenge.
The high schools in our community are going through a difficult time, but our fall sports season is off to a strong start. And with your patience, flexibility, and unwavering support, we think we'll have a surprisingly good year.
Most important of all, we've got to follow virus protocols and get a flu shot. So let's stay after it. Let's not give up. I'm Carrie Schludecker.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're both Assistant Commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Our high school coaches and student athletes, thank you for your support.
This is persistence. This is perseverance. This is positivity. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Memorial Field in Anderson, Indiana. Brian Beaver along with you, and what a baseball game we had here tonight. for the championship of 1A Sectional 55. The Daleville Broncos took control early with 3 runs in the first on back-to-back home runs by Gothrop and Watson, and it stayed zeros on the board the rest of the way until Cowan's last hope in the top of the 7th, when the Blackhawks managed to scratch out 4 runs and then hold on for dear life in the bottom half of the 7th, and Cowan is going to the Sweet 16. They beat Daleville by a final score of 4-3 in a fantastic baseball game here this evening. We really appreciate you coming along. The winning pitcher in the game was Jackson Clifford. Caden Gothrop, the Ball State recruit, takes the tough luck loss in his final high school game. And man, what more can you say? The Cowan kids just had their backs against the wall. They were down to their final strike in the 7th inning and refused to close out and fought back and got 4 runs to shock everybody except themselves and their fan base. Unbelievable ending to a fantastic baseball game that took an hour and 54 minutes to play. That'll do it for tonight. Terry Turner will bow out, the final game of his coaching career tonight, and it ends not the way he wanted, but I'll tell you what, he's an outstanding coach and a class act, and I really enjoy being around him. I'm going to miss him like a lot of people, and I wish him all the best in his retirement from coaching, and who knows, you might hear him doing color on baseball on Beaver Media one day. But anyway, I digress. Cowan goes on to the regional on Saturday. They'll play at Carroll, Flora. We don't know what time yet. We don't know who they'll play, but they're going to the regional, and so are we. We'll be along for the ride if you can't be there. That'll do it for tonight. The final score for the final time: the Cowan Blackhawks 4, the Daleville Broncos 3. Cowan holds the sectional trophy for 2021. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining me tonight. Come back next weekend. Follow me on Twitter at Delco Preps for the latest broadcast plans. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Take a moment tonight to think about why we observe Memorial Day. And until then, stay healthy, stay strong, stay in the fight against COVID-19. Have a great rest of your week, and so long, everybody.